Motion picture films are recorded at 24 progressive frames per second. When the movie is released for home DVD or broadcast over 1080i HD TV, 1 second of progressive frames needs to be converted into 60 interlaced fields. The first step will be to convert these progressive frames into interlaced fields. This transforms our 24 frames per second content into 48 interlaced fields per second. Since the NTSC and 1080i HD television standards are 60 fields per second, an extra field is repeated every other frame. So after both fields of frame A are recorded, 3 fields of frame B are recorded. The cycle repeats with the next 2 frames, C and D. This represents a 2-3 cadence because 2 fields of one frame are shown and then 3 fields of the next. All of this happens at the production studio. Since the original source was progressive, reconstruction of the original film is possible as long as the processor can recognize the cadence. However, this is dependent on the video processor being able to recognize the pattern. This recognition and reconstruction is called 3-2 pull-down. If a video processor cannot recognize the cadence, it assumes that the original source was recorded at 60 interlaced fields per second, such as a TV show. The deinterlacing process incorrectly discards and interpolates pixels, resulting in a loss of half of the resolution. Things can get complicated when a video contains a mix of sources. Titles, transitions, and other effects may be added to the interlaced data produced after the initial conversion process. As a result, parts of the image will need to be deinterlaced, while other parts will need to be reconstructed based upon the cadence. Some processors cannot distinguish the difference between film and video and end up compromising the quality of one or the other. This is not the case with HQV, as all processing happens at the individual pixel level. While the 2-3 cadence is the most common format used, it is only one of 8 cadences that are in use. Other cadences are necessary for other frame rates. The range is wide, with animation being as low as 8 frames per second and documentaries being as high as 30 frames per second. Most competing video processors only look for a 2-3 pattern and thereby ignore all of the other cadences in use. HQV's flagship cadence detection technology does not simply match incoming video against pre-programmed patterns, but identifies frames simply as they arrive. This means that not only is HQV processing able to detect all the cadences currently in use, no matter how uncommon, but it will also be able to detect cadences that have not yet been invented. No matter what type of video you're watching or where it comes from, HQV processing will always provide the best image.